everyone, Tracy from Australia, and today I'm sharing a swap journal that I've created for the group Junk Journals Down Under, and our theme was Vintage Grungy Christmas. On the front cover I wanted to do something that was similar to the loaded envelopes that I've been seeing on YouTube and Pinterest. So I created two pockets out of lace and then put various pieces of ephemera and cards, and I made a little wand out of a music paper rosette backed onto a gold doily, and then I made a very large paper clip out of gold glitter snowflakes. So the covers were to be made from a clasp envelope, and I covered mine with vintage music paper, put a piece of scrapbooking paper on the front there, and then, as I said, made the pockets. The spine is covered with some vintage lace, single signature sewn in. The closure is just seam binding and a hitch post, and I did create a little charm with some brass Christmas charms, and I put them on a little bulb pin so that they're easily removed. So inside the front cover I've covered that with some cardstock. I put a little brass piece behind the hitch post to give it a little bit more strength, and that the papers that I've used are a digital download from one of my favorite Etsy stores, Calico Collage. That's a piece of ephemera, a large card that I've made using a graphics fairy image, and the little child with the Christmas tree is from graphics fairy as well. So baking paper that's been tea dyed and I've stamped on it. All of the pages have been tea dyed, and so has most of the ephemera, and I've used Tin Hotlz Vintage Photo to edge all the papers. A little tuck spot made with a piece of holly, and then two small vintage Christmas tags and a small envelope. Up the top there you can see that I've used some red Christmas themed washi tape to give a bit of pop of colour. That vintage photo is one of my favourites, and I just backed that onto card and then use a stamp on the back that says postcard. This is a piece of ephemera. I think it's from the old design shop, and I've tea dyed the back of that. Tuck spots made with some pieces from the Golden Christmas kit. Piece of ephemera that I've created using a stamp. Though this is a multiple pocket made by folding over a tea dyed paper bag, and then I've made several tags to go in it. Little envelope down the bottom there. Some Christmassy coloured eyelash trim. I don't know how that tag got in there, it's not supposed to be there, I'll put it somewhere else. And then a large tag that I've made to go behind the paper bag pocket. And during all that I've managed to lose a piece of ephemera, so I'm just going to have a little look for that. And there it is. Okay, it's back in its little pocket. So over on the side there, an envelope that I've made with my punch board, and a little postcard from Kaisercraft that goes in there. I edged all of the digital papers with an edge punch and then inked them. I've also used some vintage music paper. That little tuck there has been decorated with some die cut snowflakes out of glitter. You can see how beautiful those papers are. This is one of my favorite large tags. I've used little bits of fiber, little bits of lace, and a beautiful vintage Christmas card. This is a card that I've created using a new die cut that's actually meant to make snow globe, but I've used it to make a little card. And I really like that little baker's twine. That just gives it a really Christmassy feel as well. Love that stamp of Santa playing the piano. This is a little stamp that says an invitation to a Christmas ball, and I've made an envelope to put that in and then stamped on the front. The little pocket is decorated with a die cut from the Calico Collage kit. Again, one of those little Christmas cards, and I've used it to back baking paper and vintage music paper. Another card created with an image from the graphics fairy. Beautiful Christmas stamp. That series of stamps is an old Tin Hotlz one, and they're just beautiful. So some little tags there that say naughty or nice. You can fill that out for Santa, and then he can put you in his Christmas ledger to say whether you've been naughty or nice and decide whether or not you should get a present. One of my favorite Santa Claus images, vintage. German immigrant to the United States. No one does Christmas like the Germans. A little nativity scene, tuck spot decorated with a banner and some bits of fibre. The bingo card is from Kaisercraft, and those other two pieces are from the Golden Christmas kit. So I've used some die cut snowflakes and inked them and stuck them down onto the page. Again, one of the tags that I've sewn onto baking paper and then music paper and some plain paper. That's all. I will add another tag into that paper bag pocket. Well, there you go. That's where that other bit of ephemera should have gone. Doily, and then die cut, and again one of the cards that I've sewn and backed onto baking paper. Some tiny Christmas tags. Again, they were from Kaisercraft. And then another card that I've sewn onto and decorated with a bit of lace and some fibre. As per grungy, I've left my threads when I've sewn the tags and done any other sewing in the journal. That one is actually, I've created a pocket with that tag. It's got a little bit of lace. Again, multiple layers that have been sewn together. That stamp says Christmas carols. Banner tuck spot, a little bit of fibre, and that telegram stamp again onto vintage music paper. Pocket at the back that the recipient can put their own piece of ephemera in. Lots of space to write, lots of space to put your own things. That one's actually a card from the kit, really large, very nice. And then one of my vintage postcards that I've printed out on glossy and mounted onto cardstock and used a postcard stamp on the back. The white pocket is actually a little lace pocket. And that's it. So I hope that whoever gets the journal will enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment in the comment box below.